Okay.
That means that we punched our ticket to go try to win a Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. What up, Bills Mafia? And yes, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Rest in peace to my mother who passed away a little over a year ago. And I hope you guys are all, spending that time with your moms today and making today a special day for her, because you only got one, man. You only got one. All right. Anyways, let's get to the podcast here. Let's get to the chat, actually. Go Bills podcast. What's going on, brother? So many players that have left Buffalo in these videos. Gonna miss them. Yeah, man. I love doing this. I don't know if this is your first time on this series joining us. I think it is, right? Because I haven't seen you in the past episodes I did, but doing this 17-week series. This is a roundtable that was done a while ago by Prescott Rossi, who sat down and did a 17-week roundtable, and basically it's kind of like a watch along. We talk about it, and it's good. I think it's fun, and it's a way to look back and understand what we went through as Bills Mafia, and then really too what the new generation of Bills Mafia who don't really remember this and are maybe they're interested and to and to see our past and what we went through as Bills fans. So and also too, for me, some things I didn't know or I totally forgot about. So I find it interesting to go through this time capsule through the drought years. Shout out West Texas in the house, man. Sorry to hear about your mom. Sending my thoughts to you, buddy. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. That was a little while ago. But yeah, man, that was crazy times. But sorry for the delay, man. StreamYard had a issue all day today. I didn't think I was going to be able to stream today because I guess they were down and out for like over an hour. So I just kept hitting refresh, and eventually I got on. Believe in Bean Island. Damn right. Believe in Bean Island. Ronnie in the house. Ronnie always showing up, man. Thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie's saying awesome. Of course it's awesome. And Weston Brewster, you know it, man. So let's get this thing going. First, I gotta play this. So the Bills like to run little promos before each season. So here's their 2008, little promo they did to start the season, get you hyped up about the 2008 season for the Buffalo Bills. Oh yeah, getting ready to kick some ass. Oh yeah, look at JP. Bills Mafia getting ready for the playoffs. Look at Trent Edwards. Boo. Look, we don't even know what quarterback we're going to play. They're showing both JP and Trent. We're like, we're just going to have to play. We're going to have to keep both in the video. Dick Geron right there. Now. Believe in now. Believe in now. It's right. It's right. Got to believe in those Buffalo Bills, man. We're doing it in 2008, okay? We're going all the way in 2008. We went through lots and lots of Labatt's Blues to get through the pain of the drought. Yeah, Tommy, I can't deal with this. Listen, you can, because listen, the drought is over, right? We're in a new era. We've been in a new era. We're a winning football team. So like we can look back now. It doesn't hurt. It's actually kind of comical to see the amount of coaches, the amount of quarterbacks. I mean, the amount of bullshit that was happening through the drought years. Look, you can look back. I can look back at least and just kind of go, man, what wild times that we went through as Bills fans. It's just unbelievable, man. Tommy, what the fuck is this? I can't stop laughing. That was the intro. The Bills, every year, the team puts out some kind of, every NFL team puts something out to hype you up for the season. That was the Buffalo Bills 2008. Rest in peace, Dick Geron. See, I didn't even know Dick Geron passed away. So yeah, rest in peace. Jeez. Spoiler, we did not go all the way. Why are you ruining this moment for us, Bob? Not everybody knows this, okay? 2008 could have been a special year. Way to ruin it. Can't believe this amount of elite cornerbacks and safeties we had in the drought. We did. We had a lot of talent come through Buffalo. Like, there was a lot of talent. And actually, a lot of my favorite players came from the drought years. Like, a lot. You know what I mean? So it wasn't. It's kind of crazy on the amount of talent we had through the drought years and the fact that we couldn't make the playoffs, right? At that time. And really, let's be real, guys. It was all about us not having the right coach and a quarterback. Like ultimately, that's what did it, right? You have to have a coach and a quarterback in place for you to be successful in the NFL. You just have to be, right? And we didn't have either. So, and it shows. These records here, every year losing records. I mean, it tells you everything you need to know. McGee was so underrated. He was. This is why I go to therapy. Oh man. Let's see here. All right, let's get this thing going, man. And by the way, I pause this. I pause the video and we talk about some things. So we're just not sitting here through the whole video and just not saying nothing, just watch it. You know what I mean? So if you're new to this, you're gonna find out real soon how this works.
Okay, episode 9, 2008. From whence shall we expect the approach?
Let me know if you guys can still hear me, and you can still hear the audio on this end.
Never. If destruction be our lot, we ourselves must be its author and finisher.
Now, on Inside the Buffalo.
Wait. Can't use that title. How about this? All right.
Wilson was cheap, and he was a bit old.
It's time for
losing his mind a little bit.
With the Buffalo Bills and their 17-year playoff.
many years in
therapy.
therapy.
At a specific season of the playoff drought. The calendar turns to 2008. A lot of things happened to the Buffalo Bills in this season. I'm Prescott Rossi. Alongside me, of course, Thad Brown, and sitting in the David.
I hated that Toronto series. Dumbest thing we ever did. Yeah, but we're forever tied with Toronto, man.
So with Bills Digest, you've been following this team your whole life, but interacting with them on a professional level since when?
I started when Geron started, so 2 years before that. I've been full-time since then.
And so that is well over a decade of watching this team. So few people know what it's like to really interact with this team, much like Mark Lubezak. And we start 2008 actually on the last day of 2007, December 31st.
Turn this up a little bit
Marv
for you
Levy
guys.
steps down as Bills general manager. He's 82.
Oh,
you knew the
Marv,
Golden Boy era wasn't
we're
gonna last
losing
forever.
Marv Levy.
But just fellas, your thoughts of after another season without the playoffs.
The Golden Boys is what they called him. Him and
Marv Levy is stepping down as Bills
him and our owner,
so much
Ralph
Levy stepping
Wilson.
down. I mean, he was never really a GM. He was always going to be a figurehead at best. But the thing was, who are they going to get after that? There was going to be a legitimate GM search. There were scouts names, and
I talked about this on the season he joined. When we talked about, was it last episode or the episode before when he stepped in as GM? I'll be honest with you. If we could go back in time, or he could, I think we would have been better off if he was like, the fact that he was willing to come back and play a role on this team as GM. Why not just have him come back as the coach? You know what I mean? Like, he never was a GM to begin with. We needed a good head coach in place. So why not, you know what I mean? Like, why not come back as the head coach and get things back in order? Is what I would have preferred, rather than him going into a GM role that obviously did not work, but we knew coaching worked. He was a great head coach. So I don't really understand, now that we look back at it, what were we thinking? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Like, it made no sense. Marv Levy had zero experience as a GM. So but a ton as a head coach who got us to 4 Super Bowls. So I think the fans would have gotten more behind it if Marv Levy would have returned even for 2 years as a head coach. At least got things, better in order. You know what I mean? But it just, it was just a disaster. I think like Ralph Wilson was just trying for anything at that point. Like, just grasping at straws, man. A ton of people did some questionable activities in those hotels during. I'm sure they did. Buddy Nix. Hey, now coming here to Buffalo. I love the way he talked, though. We got these guys here. Ralph Wilson hired me to come here, and we're going to make the playoffs. Oh my God. We're going to go ahead and get this draft going. I'm Buddy Nix. God. Bill Polian was a great GM combo with, yes, he was, but that whole thing got all fucked up when he didn't want to, basically it was about money at the end of the day. Like, and I think that he didn't want to give Ralph Wilson, basically he didn't want to tell him that he was going to stay long term. So Ralph Wilson was like, well, if you're not going to tell me, what you're going to do in the future, if you're going to stay with the team or not, I'm just going to fire you. Pretty much that's what happened. He wound up firing him because he didn't want to, let him know that he's staying long-term, basically. You know what I mean? Levy is top 2 Bills coach of all time. The other one's fired this year, and he's not too. I know you listen, and we're go Bills. Look, man, I'm not going to get into it today with you on the Sean McDermott stuff, dude. I'm not a fan of Sean McDermott. Look, he was a good head coach. He was a good regular season coach. But he's nowhere near a coach like Marv Levy. They're miles apart, bro. But once again, look, it's your opinion. Everyone will have their opinion. Everyone will fan how they want to fan and see the game how they want to see the game. For me, Sean McDermott was a good regular season coach, but he just wasn't a good playoff coach. And even regular season, he had some struggles. But he also had an elite quarterback in Josh Allen, right? Like, he had some good players. This wasn't a trash roster. I give him credit. Like I said, for holding the team together through some bad times, you know what I mean? Like, building a good culture, in Buffalo, but I'm not crazy about Sean McDermott as a head coach. I see him differently than you do. So, I know you, once again, you and Sean from Red, White, and Bills, for some odd reason, have this love for Sean McDermott. I don't. I appreciate what he did, but I also feel like if we had Rex Ryan and Josh Allen here, we would have been a playoff team every single year as well. That's my opinion. And I think we would have had a better defense. That's just my opinion. So, I mean, if you want to get technical and you want to debate that, Rex Ryan got to 2 AFC championships with the Jets with Mark Sanchez. He did just the same as Sean McDermott with the Jets team that had a garbage-ass quarterback. Let's be real. And if you're going to tell me, well, it's because of their defense, well, then there's my point. Rex Ryan at least had a good defense. Sean McDermott never had that. So imagine if we had the Jets defense with Josh Allen. Maybe we're talking a different story today. Maybe we're talking a Super Bowl. I just saying. Now, those are all what ifs, but you can't tell me that Sean McDermott did any better than Rex Ryan, and Rex Ryan had less to work with. Let's be real. So, just saying. But that's a whole different subject for a whole another show, brother. Ralph thought that Buddy could build the Chargers of the East. Yeah, I met Bill Polian years later. Hell of a guy. Yeah, he was a hell of a GM. I'm saying Levy is 1, McDermott 2. Oh, yeah, wins. Yeah, but we also had a bunch of garbage ass coaches here. I think Wade Phillips is a better coach than Sean McDermott. How about that? I think Wade Phillips got screwed. You know what I mean? Like Wade Phillips, for me, took over. For me, like at that time, he took over for Marv Levy. He got the team to playoffs, I believe. 2 out of the 3 years after he took over. And the only reason he was canned is because he didn't want to fire a special teams coach. Ralph Wilson said it's either him or you. And he didn't want to fire him. And they also forced his hand with the whole Rob Johnson, Doug Flutie playoff disaster, where they wanted Rob Johnson to start over Doug Flutie. So, I've talked about this in the past. Once ownership and GMs interfere with a head coach, it's never good, even if the head coach is in the wrong. I'm just saying, once all that starts to happen, it's going to be a dumpster fire. I'm telling you right now, you can't have a disconnect. If there is, you got to fire somebody, right? You have to be connected no matter what. You have to be all on the same page. And clearly ownership, GM and Wade Phillips at the time, there was a total disconnect there. And we've seen it on other teams, right? And it usually ends in a bad result. It's about what you do on and off the field, how he represented the community. That's great. I listen, I'm not saying he's a bad person. You know what I mean? I understand that. Like, I give him his dues with that. He handled things good. He was a good guy and never said he wasn't. But to act like he was this great head coach who deserved to be here, another year is crazy to me. Like, I feel like, look, 9 seasons under McDermott, we should have went to a Super Bowl. If not, we should have went to one and we should have won one. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy that to look back 9 years and go, this team never made a Super Bowl. Didn't even go to one. I feel like that's a fail on his part. Regardless of what people think about the roster and what Bean could have done and what Bean didn't do. This team in 9 years under McDermott, you're telling me it was that bad where it couldn't have made a Super Bowl? Like, I don't believe that. We got screwed. Hell of a coach. Should have been Ralph. Ralph. Yeah, he did. Remember Wade Phillips was defense coordinator of that 2015 Broncos team that with an injured Peyton Manning who won the Super Bowl. See, I didn't even know that. So that's interesting. So, and then, Wade Phillips also coached the Cowboys for a little bit. I think he's underrated, man. He was a good head coach. All right, let's get back to this. I told you we're going to be pausing a lot and
GM and real legitimate football administrative people that were on the list to become the Bills' next GM. And then they just picked the guy who happened to be hanging around pretty much.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on Marv and, and his tenure?
10 years to the day since he retired as a head coach, which is kind of bizarre. But, Ralph still had a bad taste from the Tom Donahoe era in his mouth. And I think that's what led
I agree, Jamal. Yeah, 100%.
And
but that's for every team, right? Let's be real. Like every team that
burned him so
goes
badly.
that way.
He didn't want to go outside, and that's why they went to Russ.
I found bites and quotes from Marv Levy around this time. He gives an interview to the Buffalo News where he says, it was about midseason I decided it wasn't fulfilling enough for me. And you go,
Marv Levy.
You're the general manager of the team. I read these quotes.
It's not fulfilling. I got to get the hell out of here. Shit's terrible.
Did Marv Levy, was he fully invested in this job?
Well,
Marv Levy was like, what the fuck did I step into?
He was doing it because
a young
he felt like it. Yeah, exactly. But he was doing it because
he would have been better off coaching, guys. I'm telling you.
Levy. 4 Super Bowls, Hall of Fame. You don't need this job.
Or just don't do the
GM
job.
Like doing it anymore? You didn't do it anymore. I mean, that's what you do when you're 82. That's what we all should be doing when you're 82.
Right?
You know,
we'd be so lucky.
Yeah.
Well, a couple days later, Saturday, January 5th, JP Lossman's agent tells the AP his client wants to be traded, and this is coming off a season where Lossman has been benched for Trent Edwards.
JP wants out of town.
I have to imagine in the media the thought of like, okay,
get me out of here. I'm going to take my talent somewhere else.
What you're going to get for him too. I mean,
JP.
he still had the pedigree.
I'm just saying that he did more representation and reputation of the Bills. Should be on the Wall of Fame.
And none of us really think he's
that's questionable. I don't know, man.
The hire of Brandon just made. Look.
I don't know if he should be on the Wall of Fame. I got to be real with you.
The organization and then getting the top job.
I wouldn't put him there.
No one thought that this was the cure-all to all the Bills' problems.
Oh, dude, I am too, bro. This is the most excited I've been since going into the 2021 season.
Maybe imagined at the time, from people that I talked to. I think he and Tom Modrak really controlled that. I don't know how much influence Russ had, but with Lossman, I do know. I mean, they didn't want to trade him at the time. So they still had belief in him. I don't know if that was a lack
look,
of
man, I got to be real with you guys. Like,
probably more a lack of options.
Yeah.
I like JP Lossman. I thought JP Lossman had a lot of tools, right, to be a successful quarterback. The problem was he was just too cocky. He didn't want to take the effort to get better. And for some reason, when the lights hit, he just made some stupid mistakes. And it just, I don't know if the game was too fast for him. I don't know why he didn't work out in the NFL, because he had the tools. But like I said, the only thing I could kind of think of is he was a bit too cocky coming out of college. He probably thought, that his, athleticism and his arm could, take him a long way. He didn't really need to work on his craft or whatever, but it just, unfortunately for him, and he's not the only guy. By the way, there's many quarterbacks, top 5, that are bust in NFL history. So he's not alone in this conversation. I thought he was way better than Trent Edwards as far as what he could do on the field, right? He could scramble better. He had a better arm. Like I said, he was mobile. There was a lot to his game that I liked. He was just, for some reason, he just couldn't put it all together on the field. And he was a bit too cocky. So that's kind of what his downfall was. So, but I hated Trent Edwards. I thought Trent Edwards was captain. He was captain checkdown. Everybody knew that. He had a bad attitude, in my opinion. I just did not like him. And I thought they kind of did JP dirty because JP got hurt and then Trent came in and played okay, and they gave him the starting job. And I just never like when a quarterback gets hurt and he loses his job like that. But it is what it is. It wouldn't have mattered anyways. Trent, JP, they weren't going to cut it. So both of them were going to be losing quarterbacks, and that's what they were. Let's be real. Trent was no better, and JP was no better.
No, where were they going to go?
But they felt, like you said, what are they going to get for him? But I know they didn't want to trade him at the time. Russ told us that.
Yeah, the Bills basically straight, like, you're going to play the final year of your contract as a member of the Buffalo Bills. Well, a week after that, Russ Brandon is officially announced as the team's chief operating officer, not the general manager. He is the COO. Your thoughts of as Ralph has kind of wiped out the GM job, and there's kind of this triumvirate of Brandon, John Guy, and Tom Modrak running the show.
Yeah, I think, like Mark was saying, the Tom Donahoe era, and we brought this up in previous weeks, it wasn't just the football team. It wasn't just the coaching staff. It was everybody in the organization that wanted.
Russ Brandon was our GM.
And Russ Brandon, look, for all the junk that Russ Brandon has taken recently.
Just think the firing was handled disrespectfully to McDermott.
He had been successful
Make it
at every
seem
job
like
he was given.
he's the scapegoat.
Brandon came up through the business side of the Bills, but has been exceptionally successful.
See, I don't
he was
think
the
so,
driving
bro.
force behind moving Buffalo's training camp.
I disagree with that.
According to today's Bills press release, Brandon will oversee day-to-day operations.
Hey, there's our GM right there, buddy.
And football.
It's going to get things. Going to get things on track.
You're going to at least give Russ a shot. And I guess looking back, it could have worked. It probably was never going to work, but it could have worked.
Well, again,
Russ Brandon going to get this team together, man. Let's see here. Didn't Russ Brandon get fired for having inappropriate relation with the side? That I don't know. I'll have to Google that. I wonder if they may talk about it on this series. To be honest with you, I don't recall. But if that did happen, it may be on this series. So I watched this series years ago, but a lot of it I don't remember because it's been so long since I watched. So they may talk about it in this series. Let's see here. He was named the president of both the Bills and Sabres. Jeez. But no, as far as your comment goes, as far as like everyone should have been fired, I just disagree. Listen, McDermott had his run here, 9 seasons, didn't get the job done. I don't blame Bean. I think Bean put together a good enough roster in that 9-year period where the Bills should have went to a Super Bowl. And you said it earlier. I mean, when I said it, you commented up, somewhere up here where you said, yes, the Bills should have made a Super Bowl, right? So if that's the case, that tells me you felt like the roster was good enough to make it to a Super Bowl at some point during that 9-year span. So yeah, for me, that tells me Brandon Bean did his job here and has done his job. Now look, football, right? You do your own podcast, so I know you know football. But I disagree with that. So look, a GM's job, and I've explained this a million times, and you should know this as well. A GM job in any sport, NFL, baseball, basketball, they work hand in hand with the coach, right? And in this case, especially because Sean McDermott was hired here before Brandon Bean. He actually is the one that basically got Brandon Bean the job here. If you look at the first draft that we went through in 2017, that wasn't even Bean's draft because Bean came after the draft. That was Sean McDermott's draft and Doug Whaley. And let's be real, that was more McDermott draft than Whaley. Whaley didn't have much say in that draft. What did we do with our first round pick? We went defense. We actually traded to the Chiefs our pick, and they drafted who? Patrick Mahomes. So clearly, like Sean McDermott from day one wanted to focus on defense. Okay, that's fine. But you passed up on Patrick Mahomes. Okay, you bet. So Brandon Bean comes, right? 2018, his first draft. What does he do? Draft Josh Allen. Right? Now, look, we got to give Sean McDermott credit. He was obviously involved in the draft process as well. But thank God they hit on Josh Allen because people would have been talking about 2017 draft and how Sean McDermott fucked that up. We may be still looking for a quarterback to this day because you know the history of the Buffalo Bills and quarterbacks. All right, so that's one. And then two, throughout the years, through every draft, it's been heavily focused on defense and getting players that fit into Sean McDermott's scheme. By the way, this goes on every NFL team. Andy Reid wants a certain type of player. His GM goes out and gets it. They're hand in hand, right? Brandon Beane's not locking himself in a room and drafting these players without Sean McDermott knowing, right? Now, Brandon Beane went all out on offense and helped Josh out early on. Cole Beasley, John Brown, Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, Dawson Knox. Like, we were loaded up on offense. The defense was terrible. Though we focused on defense from 2017, 2018, 2019. And then, if you want to fast forward and you want to blame Beane for not having a wide receiver, that's not his fault. Who told Brandon Beane to trade Stephon Diggs? If you go back in time, Brandon Beane gave Stephon Diggs his extension. He paid him. There was no beef between Brandon Beane and Stephon Diggs. This was Stephon Diggs and Sean McDermott had an issue. Sean McDermott wanted Diggs out of here. Okay, fair enough. But did you hear Sean McDermott tell Brandon Beane, you better get me a receiver one? No. What did he say? We're going to do this everybody eats concept. This is the way I want to run football. This is the way I want the offense to be. Run heavy, right? Control the clock. We don't need an alpha here. We don't need a one. He never asked for a receiver here. Never, not once did he want his replacement. So you want to talk about the money, the dead cap that we hit, right? The hole we're in. We ate all that money for Stephon Diggs, pretty much the dead cap, right? Whose fault was that? Was it Brandon Beane's fault? I remember sitting here during the time where Stephon Diggs wanted that extension and all Bills Mafia wanted him to get paid. So it wasn't like we were like, oh, you better not pay Stephon Diggs. That's too much. He's this, he's that kind of player. He's an alpha. He's a diva. He paid him. He did the right thing. He produced. But then the moment Sean McDermott has beef with Stephon Diggs when they're having this clash, he wants him out of town. He's willing to take the hit on the salary cap. But nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about that. So, once again, we're in a new era now. We got a new head coach who Brandon Beane is going to surround him with the type of players that he likes, that fits his culture, that fits his vision and his scheme. Just like Jim Leonard. If you look at the players that we drafted, they're all different type of players, right? They're all different than what McDermott wanted here because it doesn't fit his scheme. This is a new scheme, a new operation, a new era, right? So look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm going to give it 2 years. And I'm going to give it 2 years with Joe Brady as head coach and this coaching staff, and I'm going to give it 2 years of Beane. But I truly believe we will win a Super Bowl. I believe the problem is left the door. But that's how I feel. You can feel how you want to feel if you think McDermott was the guy. I just don't. I don't. And I don't think Beane was a bad GM or is a bad GM. I think he provided him enough to win a Super Bowl or go to a Super Bowl at some point during that 9 years, that 9 year run. Period. I mean, he's not out there. Brandon Beane's not out there in the 13-second game, not knowing what to do, not having communication with the special teams coach, having blunders, coaching, bad timeouts, right? Coaching not to lose instead of coaching to win. There was plenty of opportunities for this team to make it to a Super Bowl, and I felt like Sean McDermott was one of the main reasons why we didn't make it to a Super Bowl. I mean, in my opinion. But once again, like I think we just see things differently, and that's okay. All I think Sean McDermott absolutely shit the bed in the playoffs. I think he got tight. I think he got out-coached. When it came down to it, him versus Andy Reid, come on, man. There was no doubt Andy Reid was going to run circles around him, and he absolutely did. And by the way, Spags ran circles around him too. Absolutely. Much better defense. Who do we get in 2017 with McDermott drafting? Yeah, but okay, right. And where are those players now besides Dawkins? And right, Milano. I like Milano, but come on, man. Milano was often injured. Trey White was good. He had his run, but then he got 2 devastating injuries. I like the dude, but once again, we're talking about a generational quarterback and Patrick Mahomes. And I love Deion Dawkins, no doubt about it. But would I wipe all 3 of those guys, get rid of all of them for Patrick Mahomes if we didn't have Josh Allen? If we didn't, you know what I'm saying? Of course. That's crazy. Like, dude, absolutely. I would take Patrick Mahomes over all 3 of those guys any day of the week. You know what I mean? But we have Josh Allen, so it worked out. Point being, it may not have. Right? Brent, do you remember that draft? Do you remember what it took for Brandon Beane to trade up to get Josh Allen? And then he traded up to get Tremaine Edmonds, who, by the way, is a really good player too, that he drafted. What about James Cook? Like, it's not all about Josh Allen. Like, Brandon Beane's drafted some really good players. You want to mention these 3. But, there's only one left. There's only one left. He was a locker room nightmare, but he was, listen, who says that? I didn't hear that. You know what I mean? Like, we heard it from who? Yeah. Diggs, listen, Stephon Diggs produced since day one. His numbers don't lie. And I'm not saying Stephon Diggs didn't have issues or, I don't like that he got up in Josh's face during that playoff game. I get that. But that wasn't the reason why he was let go or traded. The reason he was let go or traded was because him and Sean McDermott were not seeing eye to eye. And Sean McDermott wanted to change the offense. And guess who was not part of the plan? Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs knew this. Why? Why do I know this? Because when Joe Brady took over, Stephon Diggs' numbers went down drastically. Matter of fact, Khalil Shakir had more targets than Stephon Diggs the second half of that season when Joe Brady took over as OC. They were heading in a whole different direction. And Stephon Diggs wasn't part of it. They didn't believe they needed that guy. And that was a terrible decision. You have to have a number 1. And fine, you want to get rid of Diggs, okay. But replace him with a 1. That doesn't mean you can get by without having a 1. You need to have a go-to receiver. And I think they totally dropped the ball there. But once again, Brandon Beane is going to go with what his coaching wants. He's not going to just go, yo, you don't need a 1? Well, fuck you. I'm going to get you a 1. Yeah, I don't give a fuck that you want to go with the defensive player around 1. I'm going to go with a receiver. Or I'm going to – I fuck what you want on defense and free agency. I'm going to go ahead and use all my money on a receiver. Because you know what would have happened? They would have had a clash. Because that's not what Sean McDermott wanted. Sean McDermott was preaching everybody eats. You know this. Go back in time. Watch the video clips of Sean McDermott talking about this offense and Joe Brady talking. And, of course, I don't even know if I blame Joe Brady so much because Joe Brady was a young coach giving an opportunity to be OC, and his leash was very short. And he was not going to be, fighting with McDermott about what he believed the offense should look like. And neither was Bobby Babich on what the defense should be like. Sean McDermott wanted yes men. Why do you think Sean McDermott never hired outside? Once Leslie Frazier left, Once Brian Dable left, it was all within. He never reached out to get a top DC or top OC. Didn't want that. He wanted things ran the way he wanted it ran. And it backfired. It totally backfired, in my opinion. But, once again, look, that's the past. McDermott's gone. He's gone. So for whoever likes him or thinks he's a great guy, well, guess what? He's no longer here, and you're going to have to wait until he gets hired somewhere else and then follow his career wherever he goes. But for me, he falls in the category of the Schottenheimers, of the Flip Saunders, guys that just were good regular season coaches, but couldn't figure it out in the playoffs, period. I mean, 9 years. 9 years is enough to get it done, guys. See what y'all did. Yeah, man, you guys get me started, man, with this. It's like Diggs is like T.O. You only keep I'm with you in that sense. Like, he's a good, and it seems like that's the way his career is going to wind up being. He sticks on a team for 2 or 3 years or so, but you still got to replace him, right? You can't just go, boy, we can't have another guy like that in the room. So let's not get a number one receiver anymore because they're all alphas. They got all this diva attitude about them, and I don't want nobody talking over me. I don't want nobody, being loud in the locker room, right? So I want guys that are just going to step in line and do what I tell them to do. And the facts are the facts. A lot of these guys that are alpha receivers, number one receivers, they all got an edge up to them. They all got a little diva in them. They all do. Every single one of them. It's been that way forever, right? So you have to kind of deal with it a little bit. And okay, right? Because winning cures all. Doesn't matter. Seems like putting all your eggs in a bean basket. Slow down. Can't possibly blame it all on McDermott. Being whiffed on picks, too. I hope you're right. Some scapegoat if it doesn't work this year. There's no scapegoat. Listen, I think the Bills will win a Super Bowl in the next 2 seasons, either this season or next season. I'm that confident, right? And I haven't said that in a long, long time. Since 2021, I would say, is the last time I was confident in saying the Bills will win a Super Bowl. There's a difference between being optimistic, right, and being confident. And I'm confident in this team. I'm confident in what they're doing. I'm confident in Brandon Beane. So it's not about being a scapegoat. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If he's not the guy, it's going to show, right? If Joe Brady's not the guy, it's going to show, right? But, yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not putting it all on McDermott, but I'm putting a lot of it on him, a lot. Listen, I'm a true believer in if you hire a coach in the NFL, right, when you're doing that hiring process, you understand that these coaches have a background, right? Defensive or offensive, right? It's up to the owner and the GM, right? What they're looking for. What kind, you know what I mean? So when you go out and you get a defensive-minded head coach, what are you expecting, right? You're expecting this team to be pretty damn good on defense, right? And I'm not saying right away. Like, I always give a coach a couple years to get their, especially when a team is like the Bills were a losing franchise for a long time. It's going to take a couple years to build, what you want, right? Get things in place. And to be honest and fair, I would say he did that in the beginning. But in 2020, in that playoff loss in the AFC Championship game, I thought the defense started to show cracks. And McDermott, he never wanted to change. He believed in his defensive scheme. And then in 2021, it was just totally blown to pieces. The defense was totally exposed. Better offenses and offensive coordinators knew how to beat our defense. It was pretty much, listen, we are bend, don't break type of defense. And teams like Cincinnati, teams like the Chiefs, they knew, okay, they're going to give us this. Okay, we're just going to take it. We're going to drive all the way down the field. Like, they had no problem with short passes and just work down the field. And that's how they beat us. And Sean McDermott never had an answer. And then when Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde started aging, he had no answer. Once those guys were done, the defense was totally done. Like, so for me, the defense, cracked in 2020. It got exposed in 2021, and it never really recovered. And when you have coaches and players from other teams coming out saying, man, everything we saw on film is exactly what they showed. They did nothing different. They showed no new looks. They did nothing, no exotic blitzes, nothing. It was easy for them to understand how to beat us, right? And understand how to beat our defense. So that's a problem. And when you got right now, what we got in Jim Leonard is going to be total opposite, right? He's a 3-4. He's going to have a lot of disguises, a lot of exotic looks to confuse the quarterback, something Sean McDermott did not do, right? He was stuck on what he wanted to do, and I thought it bit us in the end. It bit us in important games. So we'll find out, man. I mean, but like I said, we can go down this road, with who's to blame, who's not to blame. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Sean McDermott was here 9 years he had to go. He didn't get the job done, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. So we're gonna find out what happens, right? So if you need to replace your number one receiver, what does that fall onto, Phil? Because he didn't want that. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, right? When Stephon Diggs got traded, go back and look at the pressers. Sean McDermott did not feel like we needed a one. He said it. Joe Brady said it. The Everybody Eats was this marketing campaign that they ran for Bills Mafia, so we can get on board with, oh, all right, I guess we don't need a one, because they're saying that with this new offensive game plan, everybody eats, right? It seemed to work last year, right? When even though Stephon Diggs was still on the team, but we started spreading the ball around, and look at Khalil Shakir getting more receptions, and yeah, like this might work. Like they had us believing in the hype. And then what they do? It did not work. They wound up trading for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper came, and Amari Cooper was kind of a shell of himself at the time, but he still demanded the respect of the defense as a true one. So it helped out the offensive room a little bit more. If you watch, Keon Coleman had his best game of the season the first day we had Amari Cooper on the field, because defenses are now paying attention to the one. That's why the ones are so important. That's one of the reasons, at least. So we didn't learn our lesson from that. We still didn't want to get a one. We still were trying to sell the idea on Everybody Eats. So I don't put that on Bean. I put that on McDermott, because that's what McDermott wanted. Look at the offense. McDermott did not want this, fun ball, throw it deep type of offense. That's not what he wanted. He wanted a more old school, slow, methodical drives. Let's kill the clock. Everything kind of short, safe, run the ball, old school football. I mean, have you looked at Josh Allen's numbers from the time Dable was here to the time Brady took over? Yards, way down. Yards per throw, way down. Right? There's a reason for that. McDermott didn't want that type of offense anymore. Why do you think him and Dable clashed? McDermott never wanted that. That wasn't what he wanted. What he wanted is what you saw last year, and it got us in trouble. Put it this way. How many games last year do you recall that we scored, like, I think I recall 0 points we scored twice in that season in the first half. 0. With Josh Allen as your quarterback, 0 going into a half. I think we had a couple where we only scored 3. When the hell did that ever happen under Josh Allen, under Brian Dable? Like maybe one time. That's wild to me. That's how slow the offense was. But this is what McDermott wanted. You're not going to see that again. I promise you, that will not happen again. You're taking away things from Josh Allen that he does best because McDermott wanted to, keep his defense fresh on the sideline. Fuck that. Let Josh be Josh. You drafted him for a reason. He took a lot away from Josh, I felt like, in the last, 2 seasons, in my opinion. 2.5, really. Look, sometimes there's a team loss. I get that. I'm not saying every game was on McDermott. I thought the Bengals playoff loss was a team loss. I thought the 2020 Chiefs AFC Championship game, I thought that was a team loss. But outside of that, I'm going to put it all on McDermott. No, don't go there. We didn't have money. Why? Why? Because we traded Stephon Diggs and had to eat all his dead cap. Why did they trade Stephon Diggs? Because it's Sean McDermott. So we would have had money. We used that money on the receiver. Come on, man. And that's not true. That is not true. Go back and watch. Well, once again, this is what the coaches said, not Brandon Beane. They wanted the offense ran a certain way. Brandon Beane is not in charge of scheme. He's not going into Sean McDermott's office and going, hey, what type of offense are you running now? Well, okay, I don't agree with that. We need to want. He's not doing that. It's the coach's team. Ultimately, it's the coach's team. What he wants, his scheme, and Brandon Beane's going to provide him with what he wants. And if he doesn't want to win, and he wants to focus on defense or another position, Brandon Beane's going to do that. And guess what? He's going to continue to do that with this new coach, with Joe Brady, and with his defensive coordinator, Jim Leonard. He's not going to go, fuck you, Jim Leonard. I'm going to go and get this type of player. I know he doesn't fit your scheme, but fuck you. Oh, Joe Brady, you want to run this type of offense? Well, I don't like it like that. Go fuck yourself. I'm going to get this guy. Doesn't work that way. And if a GM does that, it's never going to work. The team's going to be a disaster. I'm telling you, I've seen it many times where GMs and coaches have different, the GM wants to go one way, the coach wants to go another, they're playing tug of war. It's never going to work. Never. You have to be on the same page. And what I like so far, it seems like Brandon Beane and Joe Brady and coaching staff, they're all on the same page on what their vision is and what type of players they want brought in here. We're already bringing in guys that Sean McDermott would have never brought in, giving them opportunity because they have the skill set. They may have some baggage. They may have some off-field stuff that they had in the past or some locker room stuff that Sean McDermott would have never wanted here. But sometimes you got to overlook that. Got to go with the talent. You got to give these guys an opportunity to prove themselves. That's all I'm saying. So let's see what happens. Once again, that shit's in the past. Right now, we're in the now, right? In the now, I like what I'm seeing. Period. Whose job is it to close a deal for Waddle? Fuck Waddle. For me, we better off with DJ Moore. DJ Moore, for me, is a better player than Waddle. So we can agree to disagree on that. I don't know how you feel about Waddle and Moore. And I'm not saying Waddle's a bad player. But for me, DJ Moore is way more well-rounded than Waddle. And he tried on that deal. The Dolphins weren't going to trade Waddle at that time. They wanted way too much. Okay? And he did try. At least he wanted. And he also called for DJ Moore, by the way. They came out and said that. So, look, man, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We have our receiver in place, right? Waddle somewhere else. We got DJ Moore now. I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. All right, let's continue this, man, because we're getting off track here a little bit.
The problem was, and we've had this issue in recent years with Doug Whaley. Who really has the ultimate say and the ultimate power? I mean, it's funny how everything comes around again. But,
sure does.
But yeah, at the time, it was who really has the power. And yeah, that Donahoe, that reign of terror just left, just such a bad taste in his mouth. I think he wanted Russ to try and unify
Tom Donahoe.
He felt if he didn't have one,
that was
GM
not a good
over
experience.
that they could kind of be on the same page, and I mean, it didn't work out.
And
that's what he was thinking.
And there was a bit of pseudo nepotism there because later, Russ would come to be a guy that Ralph considered to be his son.
Yeah,
almost.
So what's interesting before we continue? So because they're going to talk about the draft, I'm sure. Who came out of this draft, guys? 2008. Do you remember what star player we had that wound up being a star player for us in this draft? Let me know in the comment section, and then I'll tell you how we got him. Pretty interesting. And if we didn't, some things may not have happened here in Buffalo. So let me know which player I'm talking about.
So, this is maybe a terrible analogy, but this is kind of like, President Trump giving his kids and his in-laws jobs in the White House. But I mean, it's just,
everything worked out great.
Yeah, exactly right. So Russ was that revered by Ralph and really had earned the opportunity to do a lot of things because he was that good at everything else he had done prior to that.
Yeah, Russ Brennan, 40 years old when he's named the COO of the Bills. And what I've found is that a lot of people, no outside faces, no new names. It's going to be continuity with this franchise. And I know at times, and especially as they've gone through so many head coaches and so many GMs, you kind of want that continuity, but this doesn't seem like the right continuity. Was that the feeling at the time then?
Again, I think it came back to Russ. It was just not a move that really inspired anything. There wasn't a desire for continuity because there was nothing that you really wanted. Dick Duran had gone 7-9 2 years in a row. We knew there was no quarterback. I guess that, at running back, they were okay.
No, Kyle was 2006, bro.
Whether the Bills wanted to call it continuity, I think
that was, by the way, Kyle Williams. We got him with the Eric Moulds trade. That was the draft pick that we received. So
it's Dick Duran had power.
In a way, it worked out. Even though my favorite player got traded, we got Kyle Williams with that pick. But no, that was 2006.
A couple days later, and it's just
McKelvin, who I like, by the way.
Names kind of
but no, that's not the player.
You don't think about them much for a few years. On January 28th, Nathaniel Hackett, their future.
Come on, guys, keep guessing.
Is named offensive quality control coach, and Alex Van Pelt promoted to QB coach. And we'll talk about Hackett down the road. But I just thought that, that's funny. There's the first instance of Nathaniel Hackett. Friday, February 1st, right before the Super Bowl, Roger Goodell announces that the Bills will play a regular season game in Toronto.
Oh, the Toronto series
has kind of been all but
Roger Goodell. Take your asses to Toronto
in October of 2007. To hear that finality from the commissioner, someone.
Are you guys cheating and looking at the draft class of 2008?
Reports like at that time. In February.
The short answer is nervousness bordering on the sky is falling because there were reports about this isn't just 5 games in Toronto or 8 games, including the preseason. This was the first step towards the move.
No,
none of that was for sure, but you couldn't help but feel that.
We got some cheaters here.
I can't.
Bob's
I don't know if there's a stronger word that I can use. The fans hated this so much. The radio was absolutely out of control.
Nope.
Fans couldn't have.
Not Bell. Bell didn't turn into a star player.
Losing the home game and the possibility of losing.
But that is Karl Malone's son, by the way.
The Bills are going to play 8 road games, 7 home games.
If you don't know, now you know.
As opposed to everybody else who's got 8 and 8. So there
but no, not Bell.
That were Ralph's age. Yeah, I mean, it's just all of it combined.
He turned into a star player for the Bills.
Game in Toronto late in the year.
That's your clue.
Remove the weather element, and you think that's one of the competitive advantages of the Bills.
And on top of that, Ralph said he wanted to be against a good team. So you're going to take what turned out to be division opponents at one point, but games where you would need to play in Orchard Park. Now you're going to move it to Toronto.
And a couple days later, Wednesday, February 6th, they have a news conference in Toronto. Ted Rogers and Ralph Wilson sitting side by side. And I mean, you talk about the fox in the hen house or whatever, oh my God, Ralph is sitting next to the guy that's going to take over the team whenever Ralph croaks.
Now, news.
We got breaking news.
Bills owner Ralph Wilson brought his fiery style across
Hey.
the border today to Toronto, where his football team will play 8
Canada,
games,
hey.
5 of them regular season games in Toronto over the next 5 seasons.
Yeah,
Wilson
Toronto
and the
series,
rest of the
baby.
Bills brass outlined their
Look at us
plans in a news
excited.
briefing there this morning. It's the latest effort to regionalize the team, which is
You
what
got
brought
it,
them
go
to training
Bills.
camp here in
Stevie
Rochester.
Johnson, round 7.
I would say,
All right, let's hear this.
Be wrong here. Maybe 20% of the fans that come to the games in Buffalo are from Rochester.
Tell him,
That
Ralph.
didn't happen before we moved our training camp and expanded our brand and everything else
He's losing train of
connected
thought.
with the Bills to the east. What am I going to say to the fans in Buffalo? I'm going to say, hey, I can't speculate.
Hey, screw you.
I can't speculate what's going to happen in the future.
Oh, whoa,
That's
Ralph.
real promising. Well, you can
What are you
speculate on
talking
whether you wanna
about?
Go
Whoa.
to these games. Go to Bills in Toronto.
Ralph, slow down.
To get on a list. Now, you're not committing yourself to buying the tickets, but you'll at least be.
Oh,
up to
my
date when you
God.
can buy them, and that'll be after the schedule comes out.
All right, guys, go to
April.
billsintoronto.com. Is that website still
I
up?
mean, for lack of a better term, it was wrong. It was, this was not what.
I think I'm gonna. If it's not there, I'm gonna have to make a website.
It was going to be about
Bills in Toronto.
The tone of that press
Let's
conference,
bring it back.
They were bragging kind of about how much money they could charge tickets. It was just so surreal and bizarre.
Oh my God.
That was the underrated part of the first few months.
Ralph
of that,
said,
how
"What
everyone
do you
talked about
say
this
to
is
the
the greatest
fans
idea ever.
of
We're gonna
Buffalo?
have people
Fuck
begging
you.
us for tickets. We're going to make so much money. And
You scumbags! I'm not filling enough seats here. I gotta take my shit to Toronto. Fucking Buffalo.
If the Toronto money keeps the Bills in Western New York, I can kind of live with 7 home games. But in Buffalo, you
Oh
couldn't
my
do that
God.
because it was something that the city was losing. It wasn't just about the team.
You guys don't want to show up to the games? Well, I'm taking my shit to Toronto. Fuck you.
Toronto wasn't going to really change. If a new owner comes in, he wants to move the team.
Oh my God.
One game in Toronto.
Ralph
proving
is
that
done with Buffalo.
have access
Sick
to
of
the
you
market.
guys.
Really going to change anybody's mind, or is it a money grab, or is it whatever? I mean, it rubbed everybody the
We're
wrong
going to
way.
Canada.
Awful.
We came up with some great
Oh, here he is.
partners. We suggested this format of these 5 years of games to create a little excitement, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, you boring ass
And not the
Buffalo
same
fans.
old thing
Not excited.
year after week. So we're going to play these games up here.
Yeah.
What am I going to say to the fans in Buffalo?
Fuck you.
I'm going to say, hey, I can't speculate.
Hey, too fucking
I
bad.
can't speculate what's going to happen in the future.
Hey, too fucking
All right,
bad.
Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kelly in town today. Kelly and
So
CGI
sad.
Communications announcing a partnership.
Cry me
with
a
former
river.
Bill Star and CGI Chairman Bob Bertozzi, which will
Yeah, he was
co-produce
done.
a
He was
sports
done.
reality TV show. I talked with Jim about the Bills playing some of those games north of the border.
Jim.
My first move, probably not. But I also understand that there's a lot of Canadians that do love the Buffalo Bills.
Jim,
And if we can go
he
out there
wasn't
and
for
not
it. He's like, thank God I'm retired.
One home game away from them, then why not? I mean, it
Oh,
might
no.
draw more excitement. Who knows what?
I don't know. I don't know if it was
Yeah, got
good or
that
not.
right.
You should
Sabres
check
hosting the
that.
Devils tonight.
Google that. I'm
With
curious. I have no
$4.9
idea.
billion. He blamed the media for dreaming up this nightmare scenario of the Bills moving
Probably
to
was
Toronto.
bad.
Ralph has a bite in this press conference that you go like, oh man, I can only imagine being a Bills fan or even someone in the media covering the team because this is
Ralph
a big
Wilson.
part of what you do. When Ralph
Yeah,
says
we need
people
some
don't have jobs in
excitement.
Buffalo. They move
Fuck
out of
you
Western New
guys.
York.
Taking my
Toronto
shit
is
to
a
Canada.
viable NFL city. People are like, oh my God, this is happening. And you're watching it play out in front of you.
Toronto
We're gonna
got
spend
some
the
garbage
next
ass
5
football.
weeks or so
They're like,
on
oh,
it.
thanks.
And you look back on it, almost literally
1
everything
and
that was
5.
done in
Oh,
that
good
series,
Lord.
From the overriding decision and reason behind
Well,
it.
that didn't,
to small
work
things
out.
Like the parking and the halftime entertainment.
I'm sure they were
was a
super excited
disaster.
when the Bills
Everything.
came with their
and really, I almost wonder if
shitty
it was
records,
handled so badly,
losing
if it
losing
not
ways.
benefited Western New York because now
They took a dive.
People look at Toronto now like I
Good
don't know if that's a
Lord.
really viable NFL market anymore because of how terrible this series was.
You mean you didn't like Gangnam Style?
Oh man,
Come on.
that was the best one.
It's a 5-year deal that coincides with the end of their lease with Ralph Wilson Stadium in 2012. It's
5-year
every
deal,
sign
man.
here
We were
looked
desperate.
So bad, and now
We just
that game's not
We
coming.
were
for a couple
taking or
months. Now you have to
losing
think about, like,
to another
an
country.
Season free agency or draft and whatever could be coming down the pipe.
Oh,
that
the
could only
Canada's
happen.
like, this is it.
It was hard to get back.
This
to
is
the-
football.
Concentrating on
Terrible.
regular football stuff because the Toronto cloud had officially moved in and was going to rain for the next.
Can you
few
give us
years.
New
And it was a
England?
hard rain, and it was an acid rain. It was hard to deal with.
Well, yeah, like you said, I mean, that thought
Oh
was
my
always there again
God.
with Ralph getting up there in age.
Mhm.
It just, but the Toronto just completely overtook it. It was
So free agency begins. The Bills make a big signing right at the start. They sign
Big signing.
linebacker Kavika Mitchell from the Super Bowl champion New York Giants.
Big is not the right word to use to that.
Well, it was sarcasm.
That's not a good signing.
player, but he wasn't a game changer.
Yep.
You know, he
And a
did
5-year, $17.5 million deal too.
If he didn't come from the Giants, I don't know if he would have made that much news. You know, it was good. It was.
Oh, real quick on that, and the reason why I told you guys about the Stevie Johnson, which was kind of crazy. That was we got that pick as a God. What do they call that, guys? Trying to think of the word they used. A comp pick. So he was a comp pick because we lost a lot of free agents. So they gave us, I guess we didn't have a 7th round pick that year. So because we lost a lot of key free agents and we didn't sign any big time free agents, they gave us that comp pick, which turned out to be Stevie Johnson. And to be real, if we didn't get him and he didn't turn out to be who he was, Bills Mafia, the term and all that, even though he didn't create it, Del Reed did with a few others. He's the one that kind of made it mainstream because he's the first Bills player at that time to tweet it out and kind of like push it, right? Because Bills Mafia, like I said, it was kind of already out there, but it wasn't really a thing, right? It was a thing among friends. But once Stevie started pushing the term Bills Mafia is when Bills Mafia kind of took it, you know, it went to another level, right? So if no Stevie, possibly no Bills Mafia, right? That it may not have taken off the way it did. So pretty cool how that worked out. If you think about it, like everything happens for a reason. So imagine we got the comp pick, we use it on Stevie Johnson, who, by the way, was a 7th round pick out of Kentucky, right? You know, not really a football kind of school, right? Like a top team, college team, football team. So you're not expecting much. He didn't do much in the first 2 years. And then his 3rd year, he just took off. And he got his chance because there was like injuries, I think, that year. So they gave him the opportunity and he flourished with it. So yeah, man, it was kind of crazy how things work out that way. So yeah, Stevie Johnson, 2008, 7th round pick. And, you know, I should have brought this up in a podcast I did with Arthur Motes and my buddy from Aramis from Post Podium when they were talking about Skylar Bell, or Aramis brung him up, and how, you know, yeah, he looks good, but he's going, you know, look, he plays for UConn, and, you know, look at the competition he's going against, and, you know, what can, you know, he's probably not going to be able to do that against, you know, a better talented, you know, DBs or defense. But that's not always the case. There's a lot of players that aren't drafted, you know, early or coming out of not a, you know, big time college and wind up being Hall of Famers. And Stevie Johnson, though he's not a Hall of Famer, was a damn good receiver, right? And he was a 7th round pick out of Kentucky. So it can happen. And that's why I wouldn't like always stress that or put that on a player, being like, oh, Skylar Bell, yeah, he did that, but look at the competition he played. Like, look, man, you either got it or you don't, right? And what I see from Skylar Bell's tape on film, the dude has it. The dude looks legit. He needs to work on some stuff, but every rookie does. And I think in time, Skylar Bell could be a really, really good NFL receiver. So I'm not going to go with that narrative of play for a no-name or, you know, not a very good college football team, not against good competition, all that crap. Like that, for me, that don't matter. I mean, look, we have Josh Allen play for Wisconsin. I mean, that's just, I mean, right? Guys, like, come on, right? Only won against the Redskins. Jeez. Yep, comp. Yep. The NFL said, y'all suck. You deserve an extra pick. Yeah. I mean, pretty much. Who is Stevie coaching now? I'm not sure. I know he was working with Keon Coleman this offseason. So was Ocho Cinco. But hopefully, for me, I hope they, not only did they work on on-field stuff like his play, but I hope like mentally, Stevie Johnson, Ocho Cinco, talk to him how like, dude, you gotta get your head right. Like, you gotta stop fucking around. You're a pro now, right? You're a professional. You're in the NFL. This isn't college. You can't be fucking around. You gotta make sure you're in, at training camp on time, that you're in the film room on time, that you're doing everything the coaches ask you to do, right? Because even if the Buffalo Bills don't extend you after your rookie contract's up, another GM's going to look at you and go, okay, this guy turned it around. Or they're going to look at you and go, man, this guy, he just doesn't get it, right? He had another opportunity with a brand new head coach, Joe Brady, who believed in him, said all these right things, and he still showed up late. He still didn't do what the coaching staff want him to do. He won't be in the league long, right? But if he goes out there this year, does everything the coaching staff ask him to do, and even if the Bills don't extend him, he'll get another gig. He'll get another opportunity. But if he does what he's been doing, it's a wrap. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to work out for him. Saying Josh went to Wisconsin is asinine. I'm sorry, not Wisconsin, Wyoming. God damn, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. Wisconsin. What was I thinking? My mind's all over the place, man. Buy a watch. Buy a watch. Buy a watch. Buy a watch. Okay. Stevie is coaching Keon. Molds is coaching Shakir. Correct. But Stevie was also coaching. No, not Stevie. Molds was coaching Shakir, but my bad. Ocho Cinco was also involved with Keon. I don't know why I said Wisconsin. I'm sorry. I meant Wyoming. Jesus Christ. My mind's all over the map sometimes, man. All over the road.
He fit the Giants a lot more than the Bills. He really, I mean, he was a.
When you have Strahan and Armstead.
Yeah, he was just. He was.
Oh, Keon buy a watch. Yeah.
The next day, the Bills make a trade with Jacksonville for Marcus Stroud. They trade a third and a fifth. And here you go again.
He needs like a Flavor Flav
draft. They trade for a guy coming off major ankle surgery.
Big ass clock.
He was a Pro Bowler in 03, 04, and 05.
And if he still gets there late, then I don't know what to tell you after that.
Looking back, you see excitement for it, but was that genuine at the time?
I barely remember who was on the team.
Well, you know what's funny? I forgot about it, but looking up really,
I still can't believe I said Wisconsin.
There was no doubt about it.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Drafted back in the day, the Bills fans wanted the Bills to take him then. He was.
Oh my God, Wisconsin! Jesus
Buffalo's
Christ!
Run defense was so bad in these years. I mean, I think these signings that they needed to address the run.
It goes to tell you everything I know about Wyoming football.
He was good that first year.
My thoughts on Wyoming football.
Next year,
can't even remember their damn school name.
He was already 30 years old.
Wheels, yeah, but the first year it worked. Second year, it did not.
And they signed Spencer
Give
Johnson.
him the watch from the Ralph. Yeah,
that interior of the defensive line. NFL
the big clock that they took away like a couple years ago. A couple years past.
The curly L is gone after 4 decades.
Whatever happened to that big fucking clock? They took that down like 2 years ago, by the way. I have no idea. Well, I wonder what they did with that fucking thing.
The Bills have a lot of holes, but is this the right guy that they should have drafted at that point?
I don't know. This was a solid pick.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about the draft picks. Shit.
He was considered a top 10 pick. They needed a corner.
So let me tell you the draft picks, guys, this year.
Coming out of Troy.
So
it's not an SEC school.
Number one, we got Leotis McKelvin. That's who they're talking about right now.
Drafted recently. So that was
I like Leotis. I do.
They had a need corner.
I never had a problem with
Leotis.
Leotis.
Then I'm going receiver round 2. So they had anyway. They addressed that anyway.
I know some fans didn't care for him, but
speaking of
a receiver. Leotis McKelvin, it was always the press conferences with him, even the first one. Leotis, bless his heart, just had trouble slowing himself down enough to say anything that was understandable.
Yeah,
he talked really fast.
Southern drawl.
Well,
Southern, he had
make comments and stuff.
Man, motherfucking Dolphins.
Exactly
it was not. It was not anything.
I have that clip somewhere. Man, motherfucking Dolphins.
And God bless him.
Hold on, where is that? I might have that for you guys. Hold on. Did I erase it? Let me see if I have that clip. Man, what about shit? Motherfucking Dolphins. Because the company behind the clock never paid for the naming rights. Jesus. All right, let me see if I have that clip somewhere. Do I have it? Oh, man, do I used to have it, man? Damn it, man. I do have it. I have it. Here we go.
Ready to go. Shit, it's time to go out there to play against the Dolphins. We got to go out there and go, shit. Really, too, we're going to beat their ass. Point blank play, period.
Something about beating their ass and something, period. Gonna go beat their ass, period.
Everything's English in the South.
Oh,
If we couldn't understand something, you'd be our kind of a English translator.
Right.
He would help us out.
Once you kind of got used to it, you could translate it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, in newspaper, you get away with, okay, I know what he said, I'll just write it.
Yeah.
In TV, there were some sound bites like, we just can't use this. No one's going to understand it unless we put subtitles on it. It sounds like an insult to put subtitles on it.
Just showing that I can be in the mood so I can be able to come in and compete for a starting spot. Being able to basically just show that I belong here. And I deserve this pick that they picked me at.
Second round, the Bills.
I understood most of that, 90%.
6'6", James Hardy out of Indiana. I know when you think Big Ten wide receivers, you go.
Oh, man.
Now the other wide receivers available.
All right, let's get to the most interesting man in the chat, Mr. Fulton. Hello, Tommy. A big news today. I got in second place on my 100-meter dash at my Special Olympics spring game. Well, congratulations, Mr. Fulton. If y'all don't know, now you know. The most interesting man in the chat, Mr. Fulton. Good luck to you, brother. All right, here we go.
At this time, they're not 6'6", but they are considerably better. Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garçon, Eddie Royal, Harry Douglas.
Well, good luck the rest of the way. I know you got in second place today, but I'm sure there's more events coming up for you.
Wide receiver Indiana.
Well, at the time, it made all the sense in the world. They had been talking about how they.
So James Hardy, I remember, like, we were high on him. Like, we thought
on paper this was the guy they needed.
Possibly this guy could be something 6'5".
There was a 6 with a dash and a 6.
Oh, look, they're saying exactly what I am.
James Hardy 6'6". It could have been anybody. I mean, he could have played.
And it just didn't work out.
Or Big Ten basketball.
Exactly right. Maybe he should have.
And in college, I mean, he used his size terrifically, but the problem was he was playing at Indiana. He only ran a couple routes, so you really didn't know if the guy could.
So he didn't have a big route tree.
He was running 3 different routes and then just being taller than everybody.
And injuries really hurt him too early.
Yeah, the injuries hurt. He got hurt right away.
First OTA,
I remember.
He was dropping the ball way more than any second-round pick should.
As a receiver, you have so many things you have to learn off the field, especially with the plays and how to.
Come on, James Hardy.
Maybe 5 different plays in one. But like they said,
we needed you, man.
He was up to 3 years.
Second round pick and drop the ball, man.
This season, I'll be the
And you mentioned gems that they would find in the later rounds. In this same draft in 2008, the 7th round, pick 224, Stevie Johnson.
There we go.
A lot of time talking about him, but here's the Takeo Spikes trade paying off for the Bills years later because just this throwaway 7th round pick from Philadelphia.
Damn, James Hardy passed away too. Good Lord.
Wow. Okay.
Go Bills, man. You're just
fine for the Bills. But the good times.
Giving us all the RIPs today. With these former players.
At 3:30 in the morning on
Goodness
the corner
gracious.
of Chippewa and Delaware.
Picture on now, James Hardy
involved in a hit and run. And
Marshawn,
working in media,
hit and run.
Obviously, at 3:30 in the morning, you're not anticipating anything like
3:30 in the morning.
Walk me through that the following
What are you
Sunday.
doing?
And like, oh man, the Bills' first-round pick, their star running back, is involved.
Say it ain't so, Marshawn.
Yeah, or that incident.
He's still hitting and running to this day.
And nobody wanted to talk about it. I mean, that was a big part of it. Marshawn didn't want to talk about it. The Bills didn't want to talk about it. So there was
no
all this
comment.
Controversy about this star player.
Comment.
It took a while to figure out what happened. How long is he going to be suspended? What's the deal here?
Oh, man, Marshawn.
Clouds hanging over this franchise. Here's your star running back. This happens in May.
There's not much to do in Buffalo. He's out
a full month.
3:30 in the morning. He's out there doing something
because he, as we saw in Super Bowl later, he would.
Oh wow! Oh jeez.
We got no answers.
Way to bring the room down, Go Bills, Buck.
I'm
just joking.
Not going to talk to the media. We're not going to be available. He didn't practice. They found any excuse they could to not allow Marshawn Lynch to address the media.
Really, and after this incident, I mean, I don't
fucking with you, man.
I mean, we're not talking just a couple weeks here. I mean, he
occasionally.
was just.
I
was pretty much done.
The next time he talks is week 3 when they get ready to play the Oakland Raiders, his hometown.
Right. Yeah.
So and this process, the following week, the Buffalo News reports that witnesses saw Lynch driving, but there's no word from anybody. The police even
God, super young, huh?
Frank
31.
Clark, says he's frustrated over the lack of progress. This is pretty unprecedented stuff here. Considering a grand jury calls it a last resort, they subpoena Russ Brandon about this. I mean, throughout this
What about
ordeal.
subpoenaing, bringing Ralph Wilson in to talk, the owner.
So finally, on June 27th, Lynch apologizes, pleads guilty to failure to exercise due care. It's bumped down to a misdemeanor, a traffic violation, not a misdemeanor. So he avoids the ire of Roger Goodell, but now he's on the radar. He's obviously been
he's on the radar. Goodell's radar. Don't do it again, Marsh.
When Marv was hired about character, we're going to be this team full of character, and Willis McGahee.
Those hitting around, you got to be careful.
They got rid of him, and now here's the guy you
give the NFL a bad rap.
With, and now he's finding himself in the police blotter. How frustrating was it to just be like the Bills they can't get this right?
It was hard, and I think going back to Marshawn not giving answers.
Yeah, did he die of cancer? Okay.
His head at all.
You know what? Now I do recall hearing about that. I do recall hearing about that.
With that side of the story,
I honestly just kind of forgot.
You had to almost guess at why is this happening? Why is he not responsible enough to again not be out at 3:30 in the morning, regardless of what happened after?
Hey, come on! There's not a lot of things to do. He's bored. He's out in Buffalo. 3:30.
Come out, and it made it.
Probably went out.
Kind of
got some Taco Bell.
Longer than if
Come on,
that
man.
week we'd known exactly what happened. He apologized or said this. These are charges. It just kept
74. Jeez.
I mean, he doesn't.
Fan Spin. Spin doesn't. Spin's not here, Weston. He doesn't enjoy the
first and the plea is June 27th.
The throwback stuff.
It just is going to be in the news.
The time capsule of the disaster Buffalo Bills.
Camp, and our friend Mr. Whitner guarantees the playoffs. Says,
Dante Whitner guaranteeing playoffs.
Just your thoughts after
we're going this year.
8 seasons without making the playoffs, and now you have first round and second round picks guaranteeing playoffs.
This was the beginning of rolling my eyes every time I heard about any prediction in training camp. I mean, this was really where it started. Before you'd hear guys talk about we want to make the playoffs, we want to do this.
Yeah, I know. He was on bar rescue actually with that bar, by the way.
I was done. And I don't care.
He needed he needed John Taffer to save his bar.
You know who your quarterback is. You know what your coach has done the last 2 years.
I don't think Taco Bell was open that late back then. Damn. So what was he doing?
Strange looking back in hindsight because this year was,
You sure? Taco Bell wasn't 24 hours. Something. Maybe Mickey D's.
His teammates loved him for saying that.
Yes.
I mean, we tried to, do you really like that he put this much pressure on
Trying to give him benefit of the doubt here.
Because they really felt that.
Out getting some chicken nuggets.
And you're there and all that.
Wasn't much to do in Buffalo.
Again, it just ends up in hindsight looking.
Well, I was going to say, Dante Whitner, obviously his relationship with Western New York now isn't good. But at this time, I think he's going into his third season with the Bills. What was it like interacting with him in the locker room, and it seems like this is a guy that's going to give you great bites.
Time he was.
I'm gonna go get. Maybe he went to go get some Skittles from CVS, 24-hour CVS.
Don't have that quote.
Got some Skittles.
I'll talk to Dante, and then you get it. I mean, really, he was.
Did a little hit and run action.
He was very kind to us reporters.
Maybe he dropped some Skittles while he was driving in the car.
It was kind of surprising.
Hit somebody, didn't realize it.
The stuff would come out, and you kind of.
So he got home.
Really, he said what? Because
he's like, oh
he
shit.
seemed to be enjoying it here.
I think he was a bright guy.
I dropped my bag of Skittles, Goodell. I wasn't drinking and driving.
He was still a first-round pick. And when you're a first-round pick, you have that.
You got to prove it. I was already on.
You're the man. You're the first over whatever 8th, 10th pick, whatever he was. And the longer he went
Trent Edwards
and playing on teams that didn't even come close to producing at that level, the more angst was directed at him. And then I think it spun with him.
You're right.
He couldn't
because he was good. But again, when you're an 8th overall pick, fans expect you to be Ronnie Lott. I mean, and he wasn't. And as the years went on,
Lynch getting that Henry ready for his backup parties.
The other big news out of training camp, Jason Peters holds out for the entire training camp. And
back then the clubs was open till 4. He did that down. Oh, okay. So he's probably coming from a club then.
Here's a guy. His story's kind of remarkable. He's former.
I mean, who knows what the hell he's doing? It's Marshawn Lynch.
His career to be at an all-pro level.
I don't know what that guy's doing.
And he holds out for all of training camp. Was the the mood with the media at this time on more Peter's side or more with the Bills? And, hey, you have a
But I guarantee he's doing something
that you signed, that you still have 3 years
probably
left on.
a little reckless.
I think he had earned.
He's going to throw a little cursing out there on national TV from time to time.
That we have a tight end, we can make him into a tackle, and they made him into a very good one.
Oh, that Hennessy, that'll do it.
On a team that did not have a very good offensive line, that had a revolving door at offensive line. And, I don't remember the exact details of what he was rumored to want and what the Bills had cap-wise, but he was the guy the Bills needed to keep.
He wanted big money. The thing was, on the other side of it, was he had just re-upped, I want to say a year or two before. So he wasn't on his undrafted contract. So that was on the other side of it. But, again, talking about things hanging over the franchise. I remember Peters' watch. We were at a May OTA, and we're asking other offensive linemen about Jason Peters. There are always other things away from the football field hanging over this team this year.
Missing all of training camp, Jason Peters was fined $560,000, but he never missed a game check. And when you play in the NFL, that's
money, bro.
You obviously make all your dough. Week 1 of the NFL season in 2008.
Oh, really? Okay.
We finally made it to week 1, and everything goes great for the Buffalo Bills.
Look at those red helmets. There you go.
Seahawks. Roscoe Parrish has a 63-yard punt return for a touchdown. Mormon has
he
Ryan
did pretty damn well drinking Hennessy. That's fine.
10 Marcus Stroud has 2 sacks.
Oh, look at us. Here we go, guys. Start of the season.
How many times over the draft?
You remember the start of the season, guys?
And they smack somebody around. And here's another example.
Started off pretty good. We were like, here we go.
Wow.
How
great we are. We're won by
Super Bowl.
Even throwing touchdown passes. So, the feeling was positive. They did everything right. But as also comes up a lot in the draft.
Oh, my God.
When things go really good for the Bills, there's dumb stuff in there. This isn't the quarterback throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
There's punt return touchdowns.
Yeah.
There's kickers throwing. There's stupid stuff, and this was another example.
Seattle was just steamrolled that game. They weren't ready. It wasn't like the Bills quarterback threw for 5 touchdowns.
Right. They didn't come out, wow, the offensive defense is really good. It's, they ran a kickback and they had a fake punt that worked or a fake field goal. So great. They must be fantastic.
Bobby April.
Oh, man. And, you talk about quarterbacks that can throw for 500 yards. One of them that can do that goes down in week 1. Tom Brady is on the receiving end of the tackle from Bernard Pollard against the Chiefs. And Brady's done for the entire year. And this is coming off the 18th.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Is there, you don't want to.
When Brady went down.
But the fact that Brady is not in the
all
picture
about
for an
that.
entire season, you have to think, is the door here open for the Buffalo Bills in 2008?
I think most people cheered it.
No, we were 5-1 at one point. We started 4-0. We lost one, and then we won. And then it was all downhill from there.
The Patriots were in the midst of their run.
5-1.
Knew what they were coming off that season. I think we all thought they were going to go again. There was no reason to think they wouldn't. And then Brady goes
Good
down.
question.
And
Let me look that up.
The entire outlook for the AFC East changed. Everybody knew that there was a chance.
It's crazy to say this because it's almost 10 years ago, but at the time,
Fitzpatrick.
This was going to be the year where it changes.
You play for the Bills. Let's see here.
The first quarter of the season, week 2 in Jacksonville, Edwards 20 of 25 for 239 yards as a touchdown pass.
2009.
James Hardy with 4 minutes to go to put the Bills in front. You've got your quarterback.
Yeah, there's Hardy.
Number 2 wideout, this rookie that you're putting in this role. It's a lot to put on him. And here he is delivering in week 2.
I remember that touchdown vividly because that was the prototypical play that they wanted from James Hardy. It was him leaping in the back of the end zone, using his size. It was everything you could have wanted for him, but that was pretty much it for him. So unfortunately, that was it. It didn't last much longer, but that play was phenomenal.
The following week, the Bills host the Oakland Raiders. Marshawn Lynch playing his hometown team. He has 2
I do too, man.
In this game, Ryan Lindell kicks a 38-yard field goal as time expires. Once again, the cardiac Bills coming back in the fourth quarter. They're 3-0.
3-0, baby. Super Bowl, here we come. 2008.
Place in the AFC East. It's the first 3-0 start for the Bills since 1992.
That's all good, yeah.
You're not printing your playoff tickets yet, but maybe this team has figured it out, right?
Still thinking about it.
Hey,
I will say this.
Go Bills. I said Wisconsin.
2-0, Drew Bledsoe.
Not Wyoming, Alan. So you're forgetting. I forgive you on a wrong year. I don't know what the hell I was thinking on that.
Yeah. So 2-0 that year. I thought that team had a chance.
Yeah.
3-0 with Trent Edwards and Dick Duran. Nah. Still, show me more.
Well,
show me more.
The thing, even in these 2 wins, they didn't play great in those games up until the end. So there was that kind of, are they for real or are they not? But again, I remember the stadium going nuts that day. I remember when Trent had a late throw to set up that field goal, and the stadium was just off the charts.
Following week, the Bills go to St. Louis. They trailed 14-6 at halftime. score the final 25 points. They win that game 31-14.
Look at us on fire.
Over 80% of teams.
Yeah, 4-0.
Go to the playoffs. All this talk about drought. I mean, it's over. They've got Russ.
Fitzpatrick went to clown college.
Everything's got to be great, right?
And maybe I was playing contrarian then.
He went to Harvard, right?
He runs it back for a touchdown. I think it gave
So pretty sure.
but the throw was
Harvard,
off.
right?
The
Or am I
throw was
wrong on
8
that
yards
one?
Over the head of the receiver.
Pretty sure I'm right.
It could have been to Greer. You know, it wasn't even a good throw to Greer, but Greer had the best chance. It was that kind of thing I looked at with this team and thought, how many more of these are they going to get this year?
Well,
you know,
this was another. I mean, they were awful in the first half. So that again, you remember it was like, okay, which team is for real here? Is it the first half where they looked like they were going to get destroyed by a not very good team? You know,
At least I got that one
or was
right.
it the team that somehow found a way to come back with weird plays and interceptions and whatnot?
and for whatever reason here at the station, we had a group of
Greer,
I did a few of the games I was in the station, and we had a group of Bills fans that worked on Sundays all together. So what they would do is they would gather in sub control where we have our control room, but they'd put out the Bills on the biggest TV they could find, and they'd all hang out and watch it. And it's right next to the sports office. So for the duration of this start, you know, I'm watching the game as a reporter covering it objectively. Whatever the Bills do, they do. These people, even though they're behind a wall and a closed door, would get so excited for what the Bills did. And you had all these plays. You had the fake field goal touchdown. You had the Greer interception return. You had all these
he's smart.
They were shouting.
No doubt about it.
And look, I didn't mind it because I did mind it because that's what I'm talking about. But they had a right to get excited. But it bothered me to the point where like I started actively like rooting against the Bills for a little while just to get these people to be quiet and let me do some work in the office. It was that was a good idea of what it was like for.
I believe he was drafted by the Rams, right? Go Bills, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but I think the Rams drafted him.
In Western New York were unbelievable.
Fear the beard
for this team. And I remember at the end of that season, and we're going to get to where this goes. We all know where it goes. But I remember talking to people when they were 4-0, 5-1. And if I had told them
5-1,
what was going to happen, they would have not only would they have not believed me, they would have punched me in the face for even bringing it up.
I have a great Dante Whitner.
Crazy how poorly we played after starting 5-1. That's wild.
Quarterbacks around the
Rams.
I think it's time to start mentioning Trent Edwards as one of those good quarterbacks.
Oh no! And week 5, the Bills travel on.
Here's our first loss.
Take on the Arizona Cardinals. Third play of the game, Adrian Wilson, a head-to-head collision with Trent Edwards. Edwards done for the game.
Get out of here, Trent.
In comes JP Lossman. And did you sense
make me sick?
A concussion with Edwards and that the air is
get out of here, Captain Check Down. We don't need you.
Is already in the rear view because
they got destroyed,
and they get crushed in this game too.
So it was all
41-17.
Oh, JP,
like Kurt Warner in the greatest show on turf. As the
didn't come in and do too well, huh?
Well, the Bills had a built-in excuse with Edwards getting hurt. You know, so it wasn't.
Get out of there, JP! No,
the real team. It was all right. Well, things went really bad after things have been going really good for 4 weeks in a row. So you were due for this kind of game.
Oh my God!
There's going to be a bye. The Chargers are coming in after that.
Yeah, you played for a shit ton of teams, bro.
You know, I don't think anyone bailed off.
I think 10 in total, right?
You know, it certainly wasn't a good sign.
Tyrod's played for 9. I think we
Ryan Fitzpatrick, where
talked about that the other day.
Hit, and they were never the same again. Both quarterbacks swore that wasn't the reason for their ineffectiveness afterwards, but it sure looks like it.
And really with Trent Edwards, and you and I talked about this before, you know, that there's always going to be the thought of what if he doesn't get hurt. Now, no one's going to ever claim.
Stop.
Concussions again. I mean, it's
yes.
not like
we just started off hot. They just said it themselves. It wasn't because the offense was playing unbelievable.
Was going to be any kind of all-star or Pro Bowl quarterback, but they had something going. Maybe
for most teams,
If Edwards stays,
but I mean, talking about between him and Tyrod. I think Tyrod's 9.
Playoffs, and he looks good.
I think Fitz is 10.
You know, maybe he's Ryan Fitzpatrick with the Jets or Mark Baldwin. Mark Baldwin with the Rams, that kind of thing.
I still wasn't completely sold on him. I never loved his style of play. You know, we know now how often he checked down. I mean, that really rubbed me the wrong way from the first time I saw him. But it was hard to argue with the results up to that point.
Fucking check downs.
Going to the bye week at 4-1 and
terrible.
The bye week.
That's what fucking McDermott wanted to turn Josh Allen to.
John McCargo, who's been dealing with
check down city.
Career, traded the Colts.
Get me the fuck out of check down city, please.
Nope.
Damn, that's wild. I don't remember him in Buffalo, but man, that was that. I'm sure he did, but I don't remember. I don't know why I don't remember him being on Buffalo.
From the drought, McCargo.
Probably because there was a Brazilian fucking quarterback in Buffalo.
McCargo was like, he's like the Titanic. You know, he ran into the iceberg, the ship sinks, they somehow float it back up, and then they run into another iceberg and sink the damn thing again. I mean, nothing that happened, it wasn't all his fault. Probably wasn't any of it was his fault.
The thing with him, though, he never had that passion or that drive. I mean, he had some bizarre quotes that you wouldn't expect from football players. When I talked to him one-on-one, he didn't seem to really love football. I'm sure that when he was traded to Indianapolis that they met with him, and body language is a thing. I'm sure they worked him out and saw, Bill Kohler, I don't think is the D-line coach.
We also had Vince Young.
So maybe you covered this in an older episode.
Right, so
when I think of Bill Kohler, I just think screaming.
We had so many garbage quarterbacks.
I mean, he's trying to light a fire under this guy.
It's weird with Vince Young too, because he started off pretty good in his NFL career, and then he got bad real quick.
What was that
like CJ Stroud.
He was kind of a shy guy, but he was willing to talk. But again,
Vince Young was a freak in college too. He was damn good.
At practice, he didn't know how to put it into another gear and really work hard.
Well, oh well.
They'll do it. Yeah.
Matt Leinart, I remember him too. Jesus Christ.
Edwards starts.
We were just desperate for
83.3% completion percentage.
Anybody to come in here and do
Bills'
something.
record for completion percentage in a game. It still stands to this day. Marshawn Lynch, 70 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Lee Evans, 89 yards with his new contract. He gets a touchdown as well. Bills control the time of possession, 35 minutes to 24 minutes. They win 23-14. They're 5-1.
Look at us. We're going, baby. Super Bowl.
It's not 2 games. It's 3 games.
This is our year, 2008.
7 weeks in, and they are first place in the AFC.
First place.
Hell of a game. You're about 7-6 in that freaking interception. Nice play. Yeah,
5-1, baby.
Right now.
I thought it was legit then. Now, maybe not. I'm gonna.
I mean, 5-1
now. But after that game,
I do remember feeling like, okay, wait,
Phillip Rivers,
5-1 is pretty fucking good start, right?
That
like
was the game where I started taking the Bills that season.
Okay, maybe we got something brewing here, but
was the Arizona game where you thought, okay,
nope.
And then they come back and do this, and you're like, okay, maybe that was just an aberration.
Kevin Cobb, yep.
Team they beat.
Oh my
Seattle,
God,
Oakland, the Rams.
Yeah.
Who's the fourth thing? I forgot one already.
Oakland.
Seattle, Oakland Rams.
No,
Jacksonville. So you got 4 doormats.
Yeah.
At that time, those 4 teams were all bottom of the league.
Jacksonville wasn't terrible.
Orton, remember we had Uncle Orton for 1 year,
I didn't go back and watch this,
and he didn't want to come back the next year. He just retired.
Pass rushers got a whiff.
He's like, fuck that, I'm done.
Ball down when somebody got after him. So I think he was able to sit in the pocket, sit a
done.
little longer, and then dump it off, and that played to one of his few strengths.
And Edwards is back playing even after the concussion he suffered.
Yeah, Stevie is 7th rounder
against Arizona. Week 8.
A comp
good feelings from the 5-1 start. They ain't here in Miami. As once again the Bills come up short in Dolphins.
Oh, here comes the losing.
Being called that week.
Here, the losing is started. That started, folks.
Bills are up 16-7 in this
Here we
game.
go.
The Dolphins score the remaining 18 points, and now we're seeing the problems on this Bills team.
Oh no!
As teams have made adjustments.
Oh no!
6 weeks, and now it was this kind of a moment where I thought, all right, this is maybe the Bills that we were expecting in 2000.
Right.
It was the next game. It was really the next game because you lose at Miami, you lose.
We were so desperate. We're getting like TO for 1 year,
especially for a team that's still trying to find its way. So
we're going to Toronto for
the next game. Was
going to Toronto series.
To me, every game after the San Diego game,
Ralph Wilson was just.
To me,
let's just bring T.O. and let's get a Toronto series going. We got to bring some excitement.
I remember vividly each of those wins, specifically what happened in those games, and then you look to the second half of that season after those San Diego. It's all one game to me. I mean, it was all the same. Rinse, repeat.
Let's bring back Marv Levy as GM.
We'll go through these pretty quickly. Week 9.
Oh my God!
Next game at home against the New York Jets, and it's a good Jets team. I believe they were 5-3 at this point, or 5-2.
7-9.
4-3 going into this game. Nance and Sims, you got the CBS #1 crew in Orchard Park, and the Bills lay an egg. Brett Favre leads an 8-minute drive for the game-sealing field goal late as the Jets win 26-17. So now they've dropped back-to-back games to AFC East teams, and they're finding themselves falling in the standings as well.
The weird thing about that game is that the Bills had a long drive. The second quarter had 2 drives in it. One was a long Bills drive that the Jets ran a pickback for a touchdown.
Sure was.
And then the other one was a long Bills drive that ended up in a field goal. So, I mean, the Bills pretty much had the ball the whole second quarter, and yet you felt like the Jets pretty much physically dominated the game. You know, it felt like the Jets came with the Buffalo and punched the Bills in the mouth. even though the score was closer than it 26-17 was the final. That was in part because Favre, being Favre, threw a pick for a touchdown when it was 23-10 in the fourth quarter. The Jets were in control. But to show you exactly.
Wow,
But to
I
show
forgot
you
that. Man,
where
that's
the Jets
long.
were in that game.
Man,
So
Favre
they
with
hand the Bills 7 points. They make it a 6-point game.
with the Jets. Oh my God!
And then the Jets go 8 minutes down the field,
That's
converting
wild.
third downs, controlling the ball.
Get out of here,
running
Trent
the
Edwards.
clock out, kick a field
Make
goal,
me
game
sick.
over. That was the game. The Jets
Get
were
outta
in
here.
charge of it pretty much from the start.
Yeah, that's
Everyone
crazy.
has a 92-yard pick six.
Yeah, that's the
off
one.
Trent Edwards.
Yeah.
So there you go. And then the following week, even if it is Matt Castle, it's still in Foxborough. It's still against Bill Belichick. Patriots win
Matt
20-10.
Castle.
So in 4 weeks, they've gone from
That
first
dude got
to worst.
big
in the
contract.
Pats win 20.
Remember that Matt Castle filled in for Tom Brady, did okay,
You could not lose.
and
just
wound
3
up
games
getting
in a row,
paid.
against the division.
I forgot who
feel
paid
you
him.
had a
Who
chance.
paid
Even
Matt
at 5 and
Castle?
4,
He
you
left
came out of
New
that
England and
thinking
went
that
somewhere. Got a good
notice
good
you can
contract.
serve who
I
the Bills
don't
are
remember.
getting.
Was it
just the way-
Seattle?
I mean, you watch these games, you saw okay. They were
Trying to think where Matt Castle went. He got
Yeah,
paid,
despite what the score
and he was
is.
terrible
So
wherever
3
he
straight losses
went.
against the AFC East,
And then he
but
winded up coming to
the
us.
Bills have to play the Cleveland Browns. The hapless
Awful.
What could go
Cleveland
wrong?
Browns.
Yes.
Oh,
on
KC?
Monday Night
Was it
Football.
KC? Oh, my
God.
Bills
Go wrong.
fans in Orchard Park the whole Monday.
They got
Get
duked.
ready for Monday night.
This game was the please don't miss comparison. after
Yes,
TV
the
game.
Dick-
And they've had many of
And
them.
then-
Favre
And then
didn't give a
Trent Edwards
fuck.
throws 3 picks on the first 4 drives.
Trent Edwards, 3
has
picks
in
and
his
4
first
drives.
7
Lovely.
pass attempts. Kelvin has a
Great job,
98-yard
Trent.
kickoff return for a touchdown, but
Way to go.
Brady Quinn leads a go-ahead drive.
Brady
Late in this
Quinn.
game, Ryan
Oh.
Lindell misses a field goal in the final minute. The Browns win 29-27, and a 5-1 start is now
Brady
5-5.
Quinn, Browns
It was,
beat our
you think
terrible
about
Bills.
Browns games the Bills have played in this drought. And
God.
this game could easily be the weirdest one, were it
Yeah.
not for 6-3 and 8-0
Yeah.
in the snow. But this game was, every time you thought you had a handle on it, it took a right turn. Trent Edwards did those 3 picks in the first quarter. The Browns got, I think, 6 points off of them.
Yeah, no,
3
Browns are
picks in the
terrible.
first quarter.
Yet
That's
the Browns still led
terrible.
by 10 or 12 or 14 in the second half, and the Bills come back to take the lead. So now you're thinking, all right, well, the Bills finally got control of this game. Then they give up the lead. Then they make a late drive. They have a field goal to win the game. And Ryan Lindell, who was one of the few things that you could depend on this time, blows the field goal at the end of the game.
Come on, Ryan.
The whole game made 0
Come
sense.
on,
Like you said, if
Lindell.
it weren't for the other Bills Browns,
Yeah.
this really. I mean, I remember it was a weird night too. There was a big fire by the stadium that led to a
Yeah.
weird traffic situation beforehand. A lot of people were late to the game because of that.
That was a Monday night game, I think.
That is weird.
Every time the Browns play the Bills.
Every time.
Just about.
Yeah, we'll get to that 6-3-1 soon enough. Week 12, the Bills go on the road to Kansas City to face a 1-9 Chiefs team. The Bills put up 54
Yeah.
points. And we've mentioned this
Beating
in
those
pretty
no
much
good
every
Chiefs.
episode up to this one. You look at the schedule.
That's how you
for the
take
Bills
care of
over the whole
business
season,
against the
and you go,
Chiefs.
Which result doesn't work with the others?
Yeah.
54 points from a team that cannot score.
Yeah, both really
It makes
good.
no
Yeah.
sense to me. And I mean, I know it's a bad Chiefs team, and you look in the box score, and okay, you see that, Edwards threw for 273.
Bell was Karl Malone's kid.
Ran for a touchdown. McKelvin has a 64.
For a long time, Karl Malone
Defense forces 5 turnovers.
it was a
But
secret for a long time because
54 points is just such an
Demetrius
aberration.
Bell's
It
mom
really
was like
sticks out,
14.
as an outlier. For
Something
this
like
season.
that.
You play 16 games.
She was
you
underage,
have
put
one
it that
where
way.
everything goes right.
So-
That was that
That's
game.
what it was. It was just the reverse.
Yeah.
Just the Chiefs.
But
just
now I guess they're
completely
close or whatever.
Week
He has like
15, Bills
a
at home
gang load of
against the San
kids.
Francisco 49ers, and you lose a game to Sean Hill. I think that was the quarterback for the 49ers in this game.
Sean
Ron,
Hill.
it's
Wow.
The first that I can find of columns
Forgot
and
about that
articles
guy,
calling
too.
for Duran to be fired. The Bills lose at home.
Fire
23
Dick
to a
Duran.
bad 49ers.
People are already
This
mad.
10-3 game
They want
is the
Dick
game
gone.
That thanks the Lord.
No
for
more
the 6-3
Dick.
Game.
Yep.
Because otherwise,
Oh!
we talk about
Oh!
this, yeah, they would have been a 10. This game was almost as bad. Only because it had a touchdown. Rise above
fans-
6-3, but it was. that
They're
bad.
tired of
Again,
Dick.
We're not going to talk for 4 hours on this, but I mean, some of these games where Trent Edwards just wouldn't throw the ball down the field, and he would just shut the ball
2007
down,
was
and shut
the
ball down,
year
and shut
that
the
we
ball
lost to
down.
Dallas
And
Monday
it
night.
was
Yeah, I
awful
know.
to watch. And the offense,
Yep.
I mean,
We went
just
over that
late in
last
the
week,
season,
actually.
just-
It was wild.
This whole Lossman Edwards era is the offensive football. You can't.
They had a onside
you can't
kick to beat us.
overestimate how bad it was. It was.
They
just
recovered and
brutal.
got us a
And
field
it got
goal.
to the point where the conversation
Terrible.
wasn't, will the Bills ever be good again? It's, will the Bills ever be entertaining enough that we can't want to tear our eyes out, balls out in the fourth
It was
quarter?
I mean, it was unwatchable. Their offense is unwatchable.
Duran says after the game, the problems come from communication. They have problems communicating. And you talk about
Bad communication, Dick Duran
down
saying.
the road, Rex Ryan. So yeah, the Bills are 6-6. Edwards injures his groin in this game, so Lossman has to come in. And
Edwards
Lossman,
hurt again.
I believe is the quarterback.
Oh my God!
3 games, and it's just we are deep in the drought now. There, we go back to years like 02, 03, 04. You go,
Quarterbacks can't stay healthy.
No, they are in it, and their
coaches are
no
terrible.
way out of this sea of mediocrity.
Players getting hit and runs at 3:30 in the morning.
All this talk about the doom and gloom, and now the Bills have to go to Toronto.
Let's get it, Toronto!
I can't even imagine covering a team that is really going nowhere.
Here we go.
But they're not bottoming out because they're not that bad, but they're totally uninteresting and totally irrelevant. And now, like the city that is going to pick them away from Western New York is welcoming them in, and it's against the Miami Dolphins as well. So just the lead up to that Toronto game in that week, what was that like?
It was hard. Although we talked about the Dolphins rivalry really waned from about 03-04 to this point.
How disappointing if you live in Toronto.
Hard for Bills fans.
We're bringing you this football, Buffalo football you're supposed to be cheering for, and we're terrible.
It's going to be a Dolphins home game too.
We're awful. Oh, get out of here, sorry ass Dolphin fans. Get out of here.
The atmosphere, the way the fans were up there, they weren't Bills fans. They were NFL fans.
You're right,
wearing,
go Bills.
Raiders and Steelers jerseys.
It was like a London game.
It was it was utterly bizarre. And again, I mean, it took a while for the Bills to score a touchdown up there, if I remember correctly. They didn't in this game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like 3 years.
They didn't give anything to cheer about anyways.
Yeah.
But
Jesus, 3 years? Is that accurate?
Bills lose this game to the Dolphins 16-3. Back-to-back games without a touchdown.
Oh, that's terrible. 3 points.
2003.
Another
note about this game.
Poor Canadian fans.
Maybe it's just coincidence, and that's all it is.
We said it was hot garbage.
The game itself, Ted Rogers, the guy that brokers the deal with Ralph Wilson, dies from heart failure at 75. And
good Lord!
Just think about like the pall kind of casted over this series.
Even he couldn't take this.
One guy, but that
he's like, man, I can't watch this. I gotta get out.
This series seemed doomed from the start.
Maybe I made a mistake.
They're going to be making more money than God, from this series in Toronto. And the $250 average ticket sales is opposed to $50 at the Ralph.
I think people looked at this series and maybe not fans, but organizers just figured we're going to take.
I'll tell you, we ever do this again,
America, or at least in the United States,
we're probably back in the drought.
In a gigantic city with lots of people and money.
The 5th biggest city in North America.
And it's just going to work.
Just a heads up, if we ever have another Toronto series,
parking was a disaster.
This team has,
I've never sat
it's gone to shit.
in a stadium complex where I could see the stadium and not be able to park anywhere for a longer period of time than that first game.
Terry Bagula comes out.
Fans were
Listen, Buffalo.
Either team, so it was just a variety of fans.
I don't give a shit.
And you saw it right away.
We need some excitement here.
No one realized
we're going to Toronto.
We're going to put an NFL team in Toronto. But we're going to have to actually try and market it and make it interesting.
Oh, my God.
Everything about it from step one to the end was planned so poorly. It's a prime example of what not to do. Really, like you said, I remember it wasn't this game, but it was the first preseason game. I spent 2 hours trying to show somebody my parking ticket, over the media. Nobody knew what was going on. It was an utter disaster.
In his column after the game, Jerry Sullivan of the Buffalo News called it the saddest day in franchise history. Apt?
I don't know about that. I mean, they did just blow a playoff game to a third-string Steelers team 4 years earlier. So
and they did lose for some.
Right.
It was bad.
I wouldn't call it the saddest day, but
it's cloud you mentioned earlier. That describes it perfectly.
It's a fucking embarrassing.
Everybody. Welcome to the work week. It is Monday morning. Hope your week gets started off a little bit better and that you're over the Bills' loss yesterday. It was, in a word, disgusting. The Bills lost to the Dolphins in Toronto 16-3. And speaking of disgusting, John Kutchko caught up with Bills owner Ralph Wilson after the game.
Ralph Wilson.
He was not a happy guy.
He's not happy.
The Bills' foray into this Canadian marketplace, in a word, was a disaster today. The Dolphins loved the climate-controlled Rogers Center. Chad Pennington.
They loved it. We scored 3 points.
First quarter. Dolphins won 16-3, and the Bills owner was not happy after.
Oh, we just didn't play well. We haven't got the talent. We didn't play well.
Oof.
The coaches, they can't go out and kick the ball. They can't go out and tackle.
That's right.
What else is there?
Following week, the Bills go.
What else is there?
Sean Ellis recovers
Fucking
a
team
loss from Brown,
sucks.
returns it for a touchdown. The Bills have a victory snatched away from them because of their brilliant quarterback, J.P. Lossman. So
Yeah, I
losses
agree with
in the
that.
last 8 games.
He had a good run with us, for sure.
Duran takes the fall for the play calling. And at this point, were you assuming the axe is going to be swinging soon at Duran, or was there kind of a feeling that maybe he might get a 4th year? Because
I think he was just losing it, to be honest with you. I think he was
were
just
wondering for sure.
he was very old.
We
and
really didn't know
he was
if
losing
it was
it.
going to be Russ or Modrat and John Guy in the football department, or I mean, their
even
power
Ralph, for that
structure,
matter. Yeah,
or Ralph.
yeah.
And his team was terrible. So
capable of doing that at the time.
Right.
There's
So,
that
it
on
was
top
just-
of it.
You didn't know.
We could probably spend a half hour on that Jets game too. There was Stevie Johnson looks good for the first time ever.
I went back. I saw what I wrote for that game,
That
and
is
I saw
Stevie.
that I wrote that the Lossman play was one of the worst plays in modern Bills. I didn't even remember it. There's been so many bad Bills plays since then that have since eclipsed that play.
I can specifically remember that play because I was up. It was one of the few games at that time that I worked in the press box. So I'm up in the press box. I got my laptop open. I'm covering. I'm writing stuff down. And you have to go down
Yeah,
a
it
little
sucked.
early
And
to the press
he had a
box.
big
So
drop
you go down
for the
a little bit
Ravens.
when
I
it's go.
believe it was in the
And Bills
playoffs
had the
too.
ball.
And the lead.
Yeah. And they had a running game that the Jets weren't stopping. So I had closed up my laptop. I had put it away, and I was like 2 steps out of my seat to go down. I looked down, and the moment you see Lossman do this, and you're like, oh. So then the Jets recover the fumble, run back. And I remember I put the laptop back on. I take it out. I open it back up. I type some new stuff, and then I went back on later, and it was just. It was totally Billsy. Totally Billsy.
Yep. Kavika Mitchell says the following game, we're going to win this game for Coach Duran. They do just that. They
That's
win
right.
30-23 to go to 7-8.
And that was that game. I mean, that whole game.
We're gonna win this one for
After the
Dick.
game, they win the game. It wasn't quite. We won the Super Bowl, but there was a palpable success. We accomplished this. They wanted that game for.
Well, and the players liked Dick Duran because he was easy on them. I mean, that's really everybody says he's a player's coach. He's such a great guy. No, he was easy on them. He didn't work them hard in practice.
Right.
I think this was the year where George Wilson, 2 weeks later, locker room cleanout day, is saying, keep Duran. He's shouting it as he leaves the locker room. I mean, the players did like him, but again, he was easy.
I'm sure he was a good
wasn't
guy,
a
but
tough head coach, and I think they like that.
The following week, the final game of the regular season.
That's not
against
gonna
the
work if you
Patriots.
coach that
Pats are
way.
Playing for a playoff spot, they need a Miami loss. You don't think about the Patriots needing a win and get in situation in Week 17. So
yeah,
of
he
course,
seemed like a good
even
guy.
without
He
breaking
seemed
the
like a
record,
nice guy.
And they do just that. They win 13-0. But the Pats missed the playoffs. at
He actually, I
11-5,
think he was
which
coach of the year for the
a
Bears
rarity
one year.
over these 17 years. So the Bills go 0-6 in the AFC East in a year
0-6 in the
Their
East.
Third straight 7-9
What
season.
the
They are the
fuck?
third team since the NFL went
Why?
to a 16-game schedule in 1978 to start 5-1 and finish with a losing record.
Oh,
in the playoffs.
terrible.
And since 1978, 139 teams have started 5-1 or 6-0. 121 of them made the playoffs. 87%.
Wow.
Baseball in that little sliver on the pie chart. They are the 13%. Ralph Wilson at
Yikes.
89 says the decision on Duran will be made Wednesday, December 31st after the season. So I guess we'll just to put a bow on 2008. Your feelings, fellows, after a third
With
straight
Tom
7-9
Brady
season
out. Yeah,
with
terrible,
Mr.
bro.
Dick Duran.
I couldn't believe because I actually spent time that season researching to figure out if anyone had ever gone 5-1 and then finished up with a losing record. I think the Bills, they were the third losing record, but they're the first ever to lose 9 games. I think both the other teams were 7-8-1. So, again,
Damn,
the Bills finding a
terrible.
new record low to hit. It was shake your head bad. And then to go 7-9 3 years in a row, that quickly became Jeff Fisher gets the 7-9 mantra, but Dick Duran could have easily been the guy.
Yeah. Well, this season was a tale of two halves. I mean, you had that early start, and then, when you get to that, we talked about the 49ers game. When you get to these later games, it seemed like that start was 13 years earlier. I mean, it seemed like two completely different teams. I think we all felt Dick Duran had to go at this time, but he probably wouldn't, given, again, the power structure.
Maybe not had to go, but certainly should go.
Yeah, should go, but it probably wouldn't, and then he ends up staying.
Yeah, well, spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Not for long.
Yeah, so 2008 ends with a
Yeah,
7-9
definitely a
season.
spoiler alert.
Dick
Spoiler
Duran is
alert.
out of a contract. His 3-year deal is up at the end of 2008. So what are the Bills going to do with their head coaching job? So that we turn to the next episode of Down and Drought.
All right. So there you go, folks. So that was the finish of that season of the 2008 Buffalo Bills. And yeah, spoiler alert, Dick Duran is back in 2009, but it's not for long. So it didn't last long, put it that way, during the season of 2009. So I will be back next week right here, same place, same time, 1 p.m. We're going to do episode 10 now. That's going to be the 2009 Buffalo Bills season. And yeah, some good stuff out of this season coming up. Another, shitty season where a coach gets fired. But I hope you guys are enjoying this series with me. It's fun to kind of go back and just kind of get a good laugh out of the disaster of the drought years with this Buffalo Bills team. And thank God we are where we're at now, where we're not having to go to Toronto to get some excitement for this Buffalo Bills team. So I'll see you guys next week, man. I appreciate you guys hanging with me today. I know it's Mother's Day, so go be with your moms, man. And yeah, Bob, hey, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you guys. Go Bills podcast. Thank you so much for sticking around. Crazy Climber, thank you so much. And everybody else that joined today, thank you so much. Cato and Weston Brewster, Ronnie, Mr. Fulton, appreciate you guys. And anybody that watches the recap, thank you so much as well. So Bills Mafia, love you. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace. Oh, we'll be on tomorrow night, by the way, 10 p.m. Join us then. Me and Mikey. Monday Night Uncensored.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through. Just let